Hey everybody, you are in my office. We will not be doing a room tour just yet, but today we are gonna just kick off this video with a cup of coffee. Now this is a cheeky little video to say thank you to all the coffee club members. I am going to make a coffee. Get that light out of the back, and there we go. Cheers, coffee club. Let's get painting. Right, the coffee is made. We are at the desk. Now I am going to be painting the final 3 Earth Tribesmen from my Slaine collection. We have just the swordsman left to go, which you just saw spinning by. And that will complete this little box set that we got. So that will be 3 spearmen completed, the 3 red branch all done, and of course the 3 swordsmen. I am pretty happy to have this set all done. We can then get onto some more of the characters. I think I got 3 more Fomorians to get through. We got the cauldron and the half dead to paint. And then I think we're pretty much done. There's some animals and of course Slaine in his king form as well. So we are getting pretty damn close to finishing the Slaine set off completely, which means I'm going to have to start working on that rulebook and the guide on how to play Slaine real bloody soon. Otherwise you guys are probably gonna eat me alive. Let's be honest, there's a few of you that have been asking for it and it is coming. I'm working on it, don't you worry. Right, so I think that's enough yapping at the beginning. As always, remember to hit like, subscribe, it does help, it doesn't cost anything and it really helps the channel out. Also you could share if you want. I'm trying to improve my videos 1 video at a time. So let's see how we get on today. Right, we got the 3 models, the flesh tones already done on them thanks to the golden maple paints that I got a few episodes back now. And as you can see, I've also dry brushed them all quite nice and heavily with my new favorite color, the fair skin. We're going to kick things off with the blood red. Now, other episodes I've done yellow for tartan. This time I'm going to go red. I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to go full tartan, guys. There's a part of me that wants to, and I still might. You'll find out when I do the final spin around. But for now, I just want to block in the colors. These aren't going to be centerpiece models. They're tabletop ready. These guys are the grunts. They're going to get slaughtered in game. So we'll kick things off with the blood red. I'm also going to try something else new. I'm going to stick the bottle of paint somewhere in the screen so you can see what paint I'm using as we go along. As you can see, the red went onto the trousers. We then hit up the dark wood, which we are going to use on sword handles, a couple of the belts, and mostly on the shields. Now, in my last video, I slipped up in my speech. I used the term Celtic myths and British history myths. Obviously, Slaine is heavily Irish. Everything about Slaine and the Earth Tribes are Irish. The reason I said British during that video was because I had the map out and I was looking at Stonehenge, and yeah, I think my brain just went into autopilot during that and I just did not pick it up. But yeah, obviously Slaine is Irish myths, Irish legends, Celtic legends. These are all precursors to the Celts. The land of the young absorbs all of Ireland, joins up Albion, which would become what is Great Britain later on. It also absorbs Scotland into it, and then down to the south it connects to France, which is where the Drune Lords are coming from. Right, we are now on to Sand Golem. I'm going to use this on any fur trim that the models have. Nice easy step. I'm keeping my palette very limited on this. I don't want too many bright colours. So on the spearmen I obviously used yellow as the bold colour. On this one I'm going to use red, but they all have cloaks as well, so I'm going to stick a little bit of green down. As I mentioned, I don't know if I want to do tartan. I could obviously do something very simple and get some black straight lines on and paint lines onto the legs or what have you, but I don't know if I want to do that or if it's worth doing. Like I said, these guys should die pretty easy in a 1-on-1 fight. It's group models, they have a mediocre stat line when compared to other miniatures in the game, humans are your baseline kind of stats, so anything that isn't a human technically is a little bit better, but obviously costs a little bit more, so you could outnumber them. But yeah, I'm going to be happy to have these painted. I also was luckily enough given a copy of, if I can find the name of it here, Battle Cry. It's a new miniature agnostic war game, and I'm thinking I might use the Slaine models in that, but I'm not entirely sure if I've got the model count. Some of these units are bigger than the model counts I have, but I'm going to go through that rulebook as well and see if the Slaine collection can fit in. And if it does, you'll see some army lists, and we'll see if we can maybe fold that into the next project as well, because in my head, Slaine, now that I'm very much getting through the paint jobs here, I feel we're going to reach the end of this quite early. We're only second month into the year. I feel probably March, April, Slaine should be done for me. I think we're going to run out of models and I'll be able to play a few games, and then that'll be it for the Slaine project. So I'm thinking Battlecry will be the next one. So expect a few videos on that. There'll be some teasers coming along. I am in talks with the guy who wrote the rules, and I'm asking questions to make sure I don't mess up anything. But yeah, there's some pretty cool army lists in there that I think I can do Fomorians well. I can do these guys as barbarians. Might even be able to just mix both sets together to make one army, and then dig out my wood elves from the cupboard of doom, and we can make two armies that way. We can play out a game and see how that works. But as you can see, I've moved on to the yellow. I'm going to use the yellow to represent metal on this model. It's going to be not a super long video, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to edit any of this out. Usually I chop back my videos, but because the flesh is done on these, it actually cuts a big chunk out of out of the production, because I usually spend so long doing that it takes up most of my video. Try to aim for 8 minutes because that seems to be the sweet point. But yeah, this video should not take long because these paints are going on wonderfully. Right, I am seriously hoping that this yellow doesn't actually turn out bright. These models technically don't have a lot of metal on them, if any, because they actually shunned a lot of the metal. I think they mostly used sharp stone. The swords, please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying my best to remember my Slaine knowledge as I'm going along. But yeah, so this yellow, I don't want to be too bright. I want it to represent maybe a copper or a brass. My goddamn camera did not want to focus on that last section, so I'm trying to make sure I am fully focused this time. We are using the Fire Giant Orange to give this guy a little bit of ginger hair. The other guys, I used the Sand Golem on their hair, so this is going to be the unit leader in my mind. But yeah, nice quick steps. There's nothing much to these models. The cloak and the flesh tone is probably 90% of the model, so with them complete quite easily, there's not actually huge amount to put paint down on, as you can see, and we're quickly rattling through all these. And then I grabbed the Gravelord Grey, and we're going to do the sword, and there's a little belt buckle on a couple of them. We'll also do that in the Gravelord Grey. Hopefully that'll make a nice effect on the weapons. I might have to go over it, 100% sure. This feels a bit thick going on, I don't know why. Gave it a good shake, but my Gravelord Grey is probably one of my more emptier pots, so it might be getting a little bit oxidized and thickening up a little, so maybe I need to drop a little bit more medium into my mixtures, at least with this paint. We'll see how it goes though, and I think we're pretty much there. We'll do the glamour shots, we'll do all the fun stuff like we always do, and as always, I appreciate you stopping by. Time is money. You guys mean the world to me. I'm really enjoying that there's a few Slaine fans out there. I do genuinely appreciate it when you call out wrong info. It helps me. I am progressing, I'm learning as I go. I do appreciate it. So make sure you are dropping those comments below. Make sure you're also stopping by Discord, there'll be a link below. If you fancy being a coffee club member, hit that subscribe button. Or if not, you can also hit super and just do a one-off donation. Every little bit helps. If I'm not using it to buy coffee, it's buying paintbrushes and paint. So it does get used and it is really appreciated. But until next time, cheers for watching. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and then go watch this one. This one up here. Give it a click. Bye-bye!